Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. Hope you guys are all well. I will take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It is not going to resonate with every single Aries out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. And as always, Aries, please don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy for the sign of Aries? All right, Aries, you are starting out with Judgment. You have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and you have the Chariot. So you're looking to move forward, but you're not quite sure what way to go. I do feel like you may have been kind of going along to get along in a situation for a while, and now you're making this judgment call because you're just unhappy with how things are going. There's a sense of you wanting to wrap this cycle up because you're just emotionally not fulfilled. I do feel like some of you could be planning to physically move, but regardless, you want to move your life forward. Some of you may have a child that is involved as well. So you're having to really be careful about how you go about with this move, whether it's emotional or physical. But I do see you moving forward, but you have to figure out what it is that you want to do. You're trying to define that. What direction do you really want to go in here? Let me see who's in your energy, Aries. Show me who is in Aries energy. All right, so the person in your energies, we have the Four of Cups reversed. We have the King of Wands reversed. You could be dealing with another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. We have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles reversed. So this person that's in your energy, I do feel like this is somebody who didn't really recognize what you were bringing to the table, which would account for why you're feeling emotionally discontent. They were focused on other things. It could have been they were preoccupied with work, money. For some of you, possibly a third-party situation. But remember, third parties can be anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily a person. Regardless, I feel like this person was preoccupied and they weren't really noticing what you were bringing to the table. And I feel like, they're realizing here that you are unhappy. So they're having a little bit of a turnaround. That being said, they feel like you're angry with them. They may also feel like you were just bitter and that you're unwilling to, really work things out with them. And so I feel like that's why they're not taking any action. I do feel like this is somebody that does want to, work things through with you. With the Ace of Cups here, that's a new beginning. That's a new beginning. However, there's an imbalance in the situation, and this person is aware of it. So let me see the energy between Aries and this person. The Magician, you're both manifesting. Yeah, I feel like they're manifesting you back, but I'm not so sure about you, Aries. I feel like you could be going on another journey here, because I feel like you are really unhappy with this situation. And I don't feel like you're trying to work this out with them. I feel like you're manifesting change. Show me what's affecting the connection. Of course, take it as it resonates. Three of Swords. Yeah, there's heartbreak here. And like I said, for somebody out there, there's some third-party energy. Yeah. All right. But I will say that I can see that you're just emotionally you've kind of checked out on this situation. That's why this person is trying to blame you. I don't think that they're taking accountability, at least not fully, for the fact that they may not have been present in this connection. There is heartbreak, though, that is affecting this connection. Yeah. So let me see what the outcome is between Aries and this person. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you may feel like you don't have any other choice but to move forward. I do see clarity coming into the situation. It's that clarity that's coming in, Aries, that's going to kind of put you at that crossroads where you have to decide what direction that you really do want to move in. It's almost a pause that I see happening. There's the desire to move forward. You want to move forward quickly. However, there's a pause that is happening, and it's because you've gained clarity. And it may be clarity that this person actually really does love you. They really do want to work this out. So I do see there is a little bit of a pause. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups, which does indicate to me that the underlying energy here is that someone is walking away, and I feel like that is you, Aries. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is Judgment here? I can see you're trying to make a good judgment call, but I feel like there's going to be some clarity. If you haven't gotten it, you will. That's going to affect how you move. All right, we have the Three of Coins. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, this is an established foundation, possibly even a contract of some sort. It could be a physical contract such as marriage, which basically is a contract, or it could also be like a soul contract that you have. However, you feel like this connection is not working out. You don't feel like it's a successful connection. You don't feel recognized. I feel like some of you guys have gone into therapy. I see therapy for some of you, and it didn't work out. It wasn't successful, or you didn't feel it was. Let me see why the Ten of Cups is in reverse. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of somebody who was trying to work things out. However, at the end of the day, you felt like you've done everything you can do. We have the Six of Coins. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So this person's assessment that you're upset with them is accurate. I feel like you tried to balance this out. I do. Somebody here, it does look like maybe giving to more than one energy. I don't know if that's you or the other person, but I do feel like you tried to balance this out. I'm also going to say that some of you might be dealing with a karmic connection here. This could be a karmic connection, and that's why you're very unhappy. That's why trying to balance it out, trying to work it out would not have worked. Karmic connections are here to teach you lessons, and you know, they're not necessarily meant to last forever. I do feel like you're a bit upset with this person that's in your energy, though. I do. And it's because of the lack of success in this connection. Let me see why the Chariot is here. Why is the Chariot here for Aries? All right, we have the Two of Coins in the reverse. Now, that's in their energy. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this is telling me that you feel like if you stayed with this person, it's just going to be more and more conflict. I feel like, Aries, you're the one who's walking away from this connection because you're absolutely emotionally unfulfilled, and it's painful. It's not like you're doing this without any type of thought, or it's not like you're enjoying the process. It's a painful process, and there's enough pain in this situation to go around, let me tell you. But I do feel like you feel that it's absolutely unbalanced. You felt stuck in this connection for a long time. I feel like there's a lot of conflict in this connection as well. And so I feel like even though this is painful, you're going to go ahead and end this situation in order to move forward with your life. So let me see their energy. Why is the Four of Cups in reverse? Because I feel like you really did try to work this out with this person. All right, we have the Lovers in reverse, and we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Gemini is actually very strong energy here. Now, what I'm seeing is that this person feels like you have chosen someone else or something else over them. They are feeling like you cut them out. And that's what is causing them to take a step back and to understand that they were not really acknowledging what you were bringing to the table. Now, they may not have told you that. I don't feel like they've told you that, but within themselves, they're kind of having to come to that acknowledgement here. They are also feeling like there's a feeling here of anger. I feel like this person's not communicating very nicely with you at this point. There's a sense here that they feel like they have been cut out of the situation. So it is causing them to take a step back, you know, and realize what you were bringing to the table. Let me see, let's see why the King of Wands is in reverse. They feel like you're closed off, that you don't want to talk to them or acknowledge what's taking place here with this ending. King of Cups reversed and the Empress in reverse. Yeah, they're saying basically that you're not nurturing the connection. There's a little bit of blaming that's going on here. Now, here's the thing, Aries, is that this person does love you. That's why this is so painful. They do love you. They do have feelings for you, but they are also feeling like they... Now, keep in mind, this is coming from their perspective. In their perspective, they feel like you had failed them. They had put you on a pedestal and you failed them. So they're holding back their feelings, their emotions. They're kind of very closed off. They're not providing any nurturance to the connection. There's a sense here that it's not growing because of you. And I'm not saying any of that's true. I'm saying this is their perspective. There's definitely a little bit of blaming going on, and you know, it's difficult for this person to take accountability, but I do feel like they were not really recognizing what you were bringing to the table either. So you're right, it is a very unbalanced situation. Now, that's one thing that the two of you do agree on. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Libra is very strong, Gemini is very strong, and there's also some Taurus energy here. So let me see the bottom energy for the person in Aries energy. All right, we have the High Priestess. There's that Seven of Cups in the reverse. And then we have the Ten of Wands. So this person, I do feel like they are following their intuition. They do want to work things out with you. I do feel like they will extend themselves at some point in the future to bring that clarity, because this person really does love you. They actually really do love you, but I feel like there's been a lot of conflict here. So whatever this is, the clarity that's happening here, that clarity is going to affect this relationship quite a bit. I do feel like this person is getting very clear on their part in this, and that's difficult. I can see that that is difficult for this person. I can also see that the imbalance in this connection for some of you had to do with secrets, and those secrets look like it involved possibly some third-party energy. So, you know, that has affected everything. I feel like things are coming out in the open, but ultimately this person would like to resolve the problems and have a new beginning with you. I can see it. They might be very closed off right now, but that is what they're looking for. But this is a very emotionally charged situation. Let me see the energy between Aries and this person. King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Wands. See, they want to talk. They're going to come rushing in to talk to you, even though they feel like you're not really open to talking to them. They're manifesting this. I feel like the communication between you right now is kind of on and off. This person may come in with the communication, but they may disappear just as quickly. Either whoever it is that has a third party, if it's this person, you're viewing them as a player. If it's you, they're viewing you as a player. In your energy, though, I feel like you've kind of been going along to get along for a while. And at this point, you're ready to accept this as a loss. Yeah, I feel like you're just manifesting, you know, change here. So you want the problems to end. And I feel like this has been a long-standing thing. Let me see why the Three of Swords is here. It's very difficult here, Aries, because I literally can see it from the emotional standpoint of both sides, and it's painful with both of you. Okay, so we have the King of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this person does have some regrets here. They definitely have regrets. They regret not nurturing the connection, not pouring into it, not giving more of the emotion to it. They're also regretting putting the blame on you. So there's definitely regrets here. This person, I feel like, may have gone through some depression. They've been really sad. And I feel like it's because they feel like you've cut them out and ended the connection. And now they're really noticing the love that's here. So this person does believe that the two of you are soulmates. And ironically, you believe that the two of you are as well, but you're not on the same page. So for some of you, this is a karmic connection. Others, it's a deep soulmate connection, but you're just definitely not on the same page. I feel like you are basically taking your power back, and it's painful. In the midst of pain, you are taking your power back. So let me look at the outcome. Show me the outcome between Aries and this person. There's that Four of Cups. There's the Four of Coins reversed and the Ace of Cups. It's a little too little, a little too late, basically. I feel like you're releasing this person. You're letting them go. You feel like you don't have any other choice but to do so, because you have felt stuck in this for so long. There's been a lot of conflict. It's been unbalanced. It's been painful for a long time. So I feel like you are going to let this person go. I feel like you are going to walk away from this person. And I feel like this person's going to try to work it out with you, though. Before you do that, see, they have the Ace of Cups in the upright. You have it in the reverse. You're denying them because you feel like it's not going to move forward in a productive manner. There's a sense of betrayal, either on whoever had the third party betrayed the other party. So I'm not really clear if it was you or the other person. And for some of you, it may not have happened as a person. It could have just been a matter of priorities, not feeling prioritized. This person is taking accountability for that. But it does seem like it's a little too little, a little too late. The clarity is coming in. They're getting clear on the fact that they do want you in their life. They're getting clear on the fact that they've created a lot of problems in this connection. They have regrets for that. They're getting clear on the fact that they were not prioritizing you or this connection. So I do feel like they are going to try to work things through with you. But again, I feel like you're going to deny that because you just don't feel like it's going to work out. And you've made peace with it. So bottom of the deck is the Chariot, and that's in your energy. And that tells me that you know, underlying energy is that you're walking away. You're moving away from this connection. For a lot of you, this is actually a physical move as well. All right, so I'm going to pull from the oracles. We'll see if there's any further, you know, guidance for you. Pulling for Aries. I'm pulling for Aries. All right, let's go ahead and, oh, there it is. That's kind of cool. All right, so we have number 6, and it's called Cycles. It's interesting because that card just like pulled itself out. I was going to cut the deck and draw, but that one just pulled itself out. It's a little unusual. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to read that. It says, life is cyclical. Sometimes things flow, and at other times they slow down. What cycle of your life are you in right now? What is the one area of your life where you need to focus more or most of your energy? Is it time for you to focus on your family? Do you need alone time to discover your true purpose? Do you yearn to open your heart and love fully, deeply, and passionately? Is this the time for healing and regeneration? Maybe you're completely ready to enthusiastically concentrate on your life purpose and put all your energy and effort into making your dreams a reality. Each cycle you encounter offers you fresh gifts and possibilities to learn and grow. The better you become at identifying the cycle you're in, the more flow and harmony you will experience in the choices you make. All right. I hope that has helped you. I hope that this has given you some clarity into this situation, because I can see it's a very painful situation for everyone involved. If you have resonated with this, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you, Aries, in your next reading, know that you are loved, and namaste.